8 Ball City, Gotham City, Cocaine City. It's your boy DJ Yukon. I'm back for part two of why I left the military after 5 years, the U.S. Navy, to go take a one-way flight ticket to Ibiza. So I was in the Navy from the last video. To summarize it, if y'all didn't want to sit through 10 minutes of, all that, I was in the Navy 2011 through 2016. I was a construction mechanic. I was stationed in southern Spain in Rota. I had been to Ibiza 2 times prior to that, in 2013, 2014, skipped 2015, and then did my season in 2016. I checked out of the Navy January 2016, went back home to California February 2016, prepped up, got the body ready, hit the gym, stayed fresh, and really tried to research as much as I could, because I was trying to figure out if I could spend a full 6 months in Ibiza. And for Americans, there's not much information out there. I did get hooked in and connected with people who were from Miami and who had did seasons prior, and for them, they just let it rip and did the 6 months, no penalty on their passport. But for my research is that it showed that if you spent more than 90 days in Europe, they would actually stamp your passport invalid and you couldn't actually fly back to Europe. So I didn't want to risk getting my passport messed with or not being able to travel some more. So I planned for 89 days. But technically you could do your 89 days, spend less than 3 months, fly back to the States, and then fly back to Europe to finish the season. The only problem with that is that if you are working for a company and you leave the island in the middle of busy season, it's not going to look good, and your chances of actually getting hired is not going to, the chances are slim, because they're looking for people who are permanent, which is why the Europeans have it way better than Americans in terms of really trying to do a season out there. But I didn't anyways. I went solo. I did all my research, tried to look Ibiza Spotlight. I joined Facebook groups with the boat party and like various other Ibiza 2016 groups. And I got added to WhatsApp groups with all these English people in there, hyping up to do the season. A lot of other people were first timers also. So I felt pretty comfortable going solo, because I just knew that the first couple times, the last 2 times I'd gone, 2013, 2014, there's nothing like feeling a sense of belonging. Even more so than when I was in the Navy, I actually just felt that people in Ibiza kind of understood me. And when you feel weird, when you feel like you don't belong, like your interests are just not what everyone else's interests are. And I had been kind of looking for these mega clubs. I just didn't even know that I liked this type of environment. So going there, it was kind of a toss up. It was a high risk, high reward. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But flying there and meeting the friends I had met, I mean, I definitely had a lot of times of down and just being lonely and feeling like, what am I doing here? I remember first couple of weeks with the boat party. They give you the training the first couple of days, and then they send you out to the beach, and we're working in Playa Nimbosa, which is the beach closer to the airport. It's like closer to Ibiza town, and then you have the other side of the island, which is San Antonio. So very English, very UK, and then you have Playa del Bosa, which is kind of south. So San Antonio, and you got Playa del Bosa, then Ibiza town's a little bit, a little bit near there. And first couple weeks, we were grinding, man, trying to sell these boat party tickets. At the time, it was 50 euros or 55 euros to do the boat party, and then you got a discount to whatever club special they had. At the time, it was Space. They had Amnesia, Pacha, and every single night has its specific big DJs. I think one was like Fuck Me I'm Famous and David Guetta. You had Carl Cox at Space. You had Music On at Amnesia with Marco Carolla. And you had to memorize all these nights, and you had your little booklet. I brought an iPad so I could showcase the boat party and try to get people to buy these tickets. But for me, it's just I met so many people from around the world. It was Bulgaria. I never met people from Bulgaria, Slovenia, from France, the UK, Irish people from Scotland. Was it? Who else was there, man? There's people there, German people, and there's people who worked for the boat party who could speak like 4 or 5 languages. And I was in awe because they say that, if you want to level up, you got to surround yourself with people who are better than you. And me going there, I knew that talking about the military, it wasn't going to really do much because, the party life and military are complete total opposites. But me living in Europe for 4 years prior to that, it was kind of like hand in hand, and it worked great because I already knew the culture. I kind of know conversational Spanish at the time, and I still kind of do. And I have a love for the Spanish culture. So the thing they didn't tell me was that we'd be living with about, it was like 8 to 10 other people in one apartment, and it was like what was that, like a 3-bedroom apartment, and they're cramming like 10 people with 1 bathroom. But at the time, I didn't mind it because, what was it? I'm in Ibiza, so why am I going to complain? And I'm amongst the biggest clubs, best clubs with the best DJs in the world. And I'm just absorbing so much information, hitting so many parties. There's so many work functions. And then after the work function, the meeting, you get ready for the club, you go out, and then have to go to work the next day, whether you're hungover or you're doing like some extracurricular after parties. It was unbelievable. And I still, to this day, I have so many friends from that season till now. So for me, getting out of the military and going to do a season in Ibiza was totally worth it. Like, I recommend, even if that's not your life circumstance, a lot of people say that like to do a season in Ibiza is because you're running away from something back home. And yes, it may be true in certain people's lives. They're trying to run away from whatever kind of drama, what kind of heartbreak that they're going through. But for me, and for so many other people, it's like they find themselves there, and they find so many answers, and they meet so many real, genuine people that are lifelong friends. Truly, 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 truly. And I'm looking at a photo right now, from 4th of July of 2016. Me and my Aussie roommate were just on the main boulevard of Playa del Bosa, and we're just drunk as hell. and having fun. But I don't regret it at all, man. Do a season in Ibiza, man. Do a season in Ibiza. I recommend it for everybody.